Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Mighty Blocks. Yes, things have been changing. We now have some aqueducts. We only have the base blocks in there for now. We definitely need to be adding some variation to this, but I'm liking how it's turning out. The only problem is this side looks a bit empty. So we're going to sort that out at some point. I can't figure out what to place here. Maybe we add a few statues, but I was also thinking maybe we extend the front of the pyramid, although I don't think we should. We definitely want to add some blocks to it, maybe some black stone and some gold. Talking about gold, we got no gold. We need gold, like, soon. Very soon. We're in the desert, for God's sake. We need to build with gold. So gold farm is on the agenda today. Oh, look at the little spider just chilling there. No! Had it coming to him, okay? But to start off with, we need mud blocks. I want to add mud going all across this river and then eventually gradient it in with mud blocks and then grass. Although grass doesn't really work in the desert. Grass blocks don't really work in the desert. So we're going to have to use either moss or concrete. Haven't quite figured that one out yet. So I kind of want to transition it so that it looks really luscious, like the water's soaking in and making everything green. Bad example, but I think you get what I'm on about. So I kind of had a start on that with the mud blocks, and I realized mud blocks are kind of pain in the ass to get. I did this all by hand. I really shouldn't. That's what we're going to figure out today, and we need two materials. We need the mud blocks there, which we can figure out. And we also need wheat. And it's the wheat part that's going to be a problem. Obviously, the best idea would be to just find an area of land and farm it out. I'm thinking this area here. This would be a nice area for like a rural farm area with like literally a ton of wheat around it. I'm now thinking maybe this top of the hill here would be cool. And then in the middle, like literally where that hole is there, we can have a windmill. That would be awesome. So yeah, let me get started on this and come back to you guys in a bit. Okay, we're making some progress now. We have 3-ish fields. You could technically say 4 because the stone bricks indicate pathways. So we've got one on the far end there, which you could kind of say is 2 different pitches because we've got this field here and then this field just raised up. And then this field here because we've got the path there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then this one here. I have run out of seeds though. So I may kind of need to go grab some bone meal and a fortune pickaxe. So we've got enough seeds to plant the whole field. Yeah, I know. I want to plant the whole field before we start building because I think it will look interesting. And it will give me a chance to grab the wheat that's growing there as well because we're going to need quite a few dirt blocks. As in the dried dirt. Oh, okay, panic over. We've found it. Good. So now, some of it's starting to grow. That's good, at least. And yeah, just grow it all until it's nice and yellow. So I may have got a little bit too carried away and just built the whole thing. But I hope you enjoyed the time lapse. And yeah, I'm actually liking some parts of this, others not so much. So let's fly around, and the night is probably a better way of seeing this. I do definitely need to light this blaze up, so that will be fine. So yeah, so I'm liking the field. We've got a lot of wheat here. So after I built this, literally like 5 minutes ago, I thought I realized you can put seeds in a redstone machine. I will give you it. I know. So yeah, so I'm liking the top, this area, and the windmill. I probably need to take that block away, but I don't like the bottom. That's the only thing I don't like. We need to work on this. I just can't think of a good design at the moment, so it will go. The point of all this wheat, however, is for mud blocks, or in this case, the dried mud variant. So what we need is water, or a water bottle. So if we fill a water bottle up, we can then place block of mud and, oh yeah, and right click, and that turns into a mud block. It's 1-to-1 with mud and wheat, and that gives us a packed mud block. And this is the block I want, because we can do a lot of cool stuff with this. That was the reason why we built this area, until I realized that we could just use redstone, but that's by the by. This will give us a surplus at least. I am really looking forward to harvesting all of this, but I think we should get some kind of mud converter going on. We can do it in redstone. I have a relatively decent idea on how to do things. So we have 2 trains of 4 on where we can build this. We can build it in here. I think we've got enough room. We can dig a hole down here. Ooh, well, that is a lot of mobs. That is a lot of mobs. Or we could dig down here and dig it here. So let's get started. This area has changed a lot since the start of the episode. We've got a nice luscious golden field, somewhat of a decent windmill minus the bottom. We'll eventually get around to that. I just can't think of anything. Maybe at the start of the next episode we actually figure something out for this. Decorate it a little bit more. The floor as well, the path. I do need a lot more blocks. I need more tuft and more stone, so project's gonna have to be put on hold until the next episode as well. So if we come over to here, we have ourselves some stairs, and we can go down our little stairs, and we have our mud factory. So we put mud in. Do I have any dirt? So we have a dispenser here full of bottle glasses, which dispense is bottles of water into these hoppers. That goes then into this dispenser. This dispenser, once triggered with this observer, it powers both of these. So then we get this trigger that gives us a bottle of water, spits it out into these hoppers, goes into there. Quite simple. Then we've got a piston chain. So we've got smart little blocky thingy majiggy. I don't know what they're called. I got it from Mumbo Jumbo, okay? Leave me alone. Anyway, and then that piston pulls all the blocks over to this side. We've got the same thingamajig over here going this way, and then we've got a row of pistons pushing the blocks this way, and then these pistons on the bottom push them all up. So eventually we do end up having like a 7x7 by 12 block of mud blocks, which is awesome. Yeah, so it's about 9 stacks all in all. I've done a little bit here, so it works nicely. I can demonstrate this here. So we place our block, turns into mud. Why do you keep sticking? Oh yeah, I forget. Sometimes I need to prime it over here for some reason. To finish off this episode though, I think we need a tree. So I've marked out our tree areas with these 5x5 stone blocks. Yeah, I could have used any block. I decided to choose that. So we've got a few big trees going along here. So we got one there. I can't actually see them from here. You can notice them because they're sticking out from the ground. One there. One over there somewhere. And then I believe we probably want a few more. But let's get started on building one of them for now because I'm not 100% sure how big I want them. Flying in, and we have done a lot this episode. I really like the path as well, but this is what we managed to do. It could do with a little bit more work, but I quite like it. Let's go into F4 and show it around. So some angles it looks better. It looks better on some angles than others. Like this angle looks a little bit better, and we've done quite a lot in this episode, as we can see. I do need to do a lot more. We will be working on this area a lot more, but I think that will do for today's episode. So thank you very much for watching. My name is MightyHigh. If you like this video, then please click the like button. If you really liked it, then click the subscribe button and ding that bell for further uploads.